Kind Billionaire and the Storm Night. Imagine this. A dirty, barefoot homeless man breaks into a hospital room in the middle of the night. He climbs right onto a billionaire's bed while machines beep all around them. Doctors scream. Security guards rush in with their hands on their weapons. The rich family demands he be thrown out immediately. But then, the billionaire in the coma speaks one single word that makes everyone in that room freeze in complete shock. What he says will change everything you think you know about kindness, family, and second chances. Before we dive into this incredible true story, let us know in the comments what time it is and where you're watching from right now. Me tell you about Marcus Wellington. At 42 years old, Marcus was not like other billionaires. Most rich people walk around with their noses in the air, thinking they're better than everyone else. Not Marcus. He was different, very different. Right now, Marcus lies completely still in a hospital bed, wearing a light blue hospital gown. Machines beep softly around him. His face looks pale and peaceful, but he can't wake up. The doctors say his brain got hurt badly in an accident, and now he's in something called a coma. That means he's sleeping so deeply that nothing can wake him up. Or so everyone thinks. But Marcus wasn't always lying in that bed. 3 months ago, he was healthy and strong, walking through the city streets after a long day at work. It was a terrible storm that night. Rain poured down like someone was dumping buckets of water from the sky. The wind was so strong it could knock you down. Marcus was trying to get to his car when his umbrella broke into pieces. That's when he saw something that made him stop walking. On the cold, wet sidewalk sat an old man. This man looked like he hadn't had a bath in months. His beard was dirty and messy. His clothes were torn and soaking wet from the rain. But the worst part, he had no shoes. His feet were bare and purple from the cold. Most people walked right past this homeless man like he was invisible. Rich people in fancy coats hurried by without even looking at him. But not Marcus. Marcus walked right up to the homeless man and did something amazing. He took off his expensive coat, the kind that costs more money than most people make in a month, and wrapped it around the shivering stranger. "You'll freeze to death out here," Marcus said in a kind voice. He didn't sound sorry for the man. He just sounded like he cared. The homeless man looked up with wide, surprised eyes. His name was Eddie Rivers, though he hadn't told anyone his real name in years. People called him all sorts of mean names, but never his actual name. I'm Eddie," the old man said quietly. "Nobody ever talks to me." Marcus smiled. "Well, I'm the first person to talk to you tonight, but I won't be the last. Come on, let's get you some hot food." You imagine that, a billionaire taking a homeless man to dinner, but that's exactly what Marcus did. Marcus helped Eddie stand up and walked with him to a warm diner down the street. He ordered hot soup, warm bread, and coffee for Eddie. While Eddie ate like he hadn't seen food in days, Marcus quietly gave the waitress enough money to feed Eddie for an entire week. "Make sure he gets whatever he needs," Marcus told the waitress. But Marcus wasn't done helping yet. After Eddie finished eating, Marcus took him to a clothing store. He bought Eddie a thick brown jacket, warm socks, and the first pair of shoes Eddie had worn in 2 years. Then Marcus did something even more incredible. He drove Eddie to the homeless shelter and left his business card with the people who worked there. "Whatever Eddie needs, food, clothes, a place to sleep, just give it to him," Marcus told them. "Send me the bill." Eddie couldn't believe it. This rich man, who could have just walked past him like everyone else, had saved his life. Eddie held onto Marcus's business card like it was made of gold. "Why?" Eddie asked with tears in his eyes. "Why are you helping me?" Marcus put his hand on Eddie's shoulder. "Because everyone deserves kindness, Eddie. Everyone matters. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise." That night changed Eddie's life forever, but it also created a connection between the two men that nobody else knew about. A connection that was about to become very important. For 3 months after that night, Marcus continued helping Eddie. He made sure Eddie had food, clothes, and a safe place to sleep. Marcus never asked for anything back. He never took pictures to show off his kindness. He just helped because it was the right thing to do. Eddie never forgot Marcus's kindness. He said Marcus's name to himself every day like a prayer. Marcus Wellington, the man who saved me. Marcus Wellington. But then one terrible day, everything changed. Marcus was driving home from work when another car ran a red light. Crash. The accident was so bad that Marcus hit his head very hard. The ambulance rushed him to City General Hospital, but the doctors had bad news. His brain is swollen, Dr. Harrison explained to Marcus's cousin Robert. We have to put him in a coma to help him heal, but we don't know if he'll ever wake up. For weeks, Marcus lay in that hospital bed, not moving, not talking, not opening his eyes. His cousin Robert visited every day, but Marcus never responded. The nurses checked on him, but he stayed completely still. Nobody knew that Eddie Rivers was also at the hospital. Every single day, Eddie sat in the waiting room or walked the hallways, hopping for news about Marcus. The security guards kept telling him to leave. You can't be here, they said. This is for patients' families only. But Eddie couldn't stay away. Marcus had saved his life, and now Eddie was desperate to save Marcus's life too. On the fourth night, something terrible happened. Eddie was sleeping on a bench near the vending machines when he heard a sound that made his blood run cold. It was coming from Marcus's room, a long, slow beeping that was getting slower and slower. Eddie had heard that sound before when his friends at the shelter died. It meant someone's heart was stopping. No, Eddie whispered, jumping to his feet. He saw a cleaning lady pushing her cart out of Marcus's room, and she forgot to lock the door behind her. This was Eddie's chance, maybe his only chance to save the man who had saved him. Without thinking, Eddie pushed past the cleaning cart and slipped into Marcus's room. The white walls seemed to glow under the bright lights. Machines beeped and hummed all around the bed where Marcus lay completely still. Eddie's heart pounded as he looked at his friend. Marcus looked so small and helpless, nothing like the strong, confident man who had helped him that stormy night. Don't you dare leave, Eddie whispered, moving closer to the bed. I won't let you. The machine next to Marcus's bed was beeping slower and slower. Eddie knew he was running out of time. He had to do something crazy, something that would either save Marcus's life or get Eddie thrown in jail. Eddie looked around the empty room one more time. Then, he kicked off his old shoes and climbed right up onto Marcus's hospital bed. What happened next would shock everyone in that hospital and change both men's lives forever. To be continued, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more. And don't